And this morning, we're hearing from an author with more than a decade of experience in the fight against child exploitation on how you can prevent this from happening to your kids or kids you know. ABC 10's Lena Howland is here. So, Lena, what did you find out after you talked to the author?
Well, the author told us this case out of Sacramento is something that's become all too familiar in this day and age of the internet. But he says the best way to prevent this sort of activity from happening is parental involvement first and foremost.
With a fresh pair of handcuffs around his wrists, 24-year-old Demetrius Davis escorted into the back of a patrol car, accused of directing dozens of children between the ages of 6 and 13 to produce child pornography.
On their siblings, other relatives, and other kids that they know, and film it, and then send that video to our suspect.
After generating fake social media accounts posing as a girl named Lizzie online.
And these types of cases are actually quite common. Unfortunately, they're common, more common than you would like to think.
Jeffrey Lee, author of the book Online Predators and Internet Insurgency, says parents should be teaching their kids that the stranger danger policy needs to apply online too, and they should be checking their phones regularly, as every app and every URL is a potential destination for victimization.
You got to adapt the stranger danger conversation for the 21st century. We have to adjust accordingly. We have to stay in front of our kids, and we have to make the topic of online predation, online exploitation, online criminality in general a regular topic of conversation in the house.
He encourages bringing up this case, which kids may have heard about on the news or from their friends, as a jumping off point to start the conversation. But he says there are warning signs that every parent can be looking out for at any time.
More time isolated in their room, a little more insolent, grades start to slip. Friends you used to see coming around the house, every so often, or at least talking to on the phone or playing video games with or whatever, that has a tendency to cease.
And he says this is something that can be avoided with parental involvement.
And nothing is going to take the place of your involvement and your willingness to stay involved and your willingness to talk to your kids about this stuff and present to them and show them, say, hey, look, if this happens to you, I have a plan and this is what it's going to be.
He added that if you do find something on your child's phone, stay calm, be a good witness. Do not converse with the person on the other end. Make sure you have the passcode, do not delete anything, and call law enforcement right away. Well,
yeah, Lena, as you've been sharing with us, some of the victims here are alleged to be 6 years old, 7, and that's when kids are first experiencing having a phone or logging on. Probably that's the time they might be most vulnerable, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the age they are most vulnerable. They're just learning how to use this technology. They may not necessarily even understand that stranger danger concept does apply online too, as well as in person.
Yeah, good point. Lena Howland, thank you.